So, Novus, 23rd of January 19. This is a summary of the situation in the plant room with regard to the heating and hot water. So, firstly, these scribble notes, I'm going to talk through them. We've 4 heat sources. Number 1 is HP, is a heat pump 1, and that's for heating only. And that's broken. There are 2 halves to it. One half is completely kaput, but the other half has been working along for the past week. But now there's a new problem raised on that one, in that it's all frosted over. I'll just show you a picture of that. So here we have heat pump 1, and it's not defrosting, so we need to cure that problem now. It's a new problem that's raised its head today, and that's the one with that half of it's not working. Then skipping down to number 3 for a minute, it's the heating backup immersion, which is tied into number 1, and that is fit for purpose and is functional, but it's only 9 kilowatts. So that's a little immersion heater that's 9 kilowatts instead of the 60 kilowatts. Doesn't matter what a kilowatt is. We normally have 60 available, and we've only 9 in the backup. But it keeps the heat, keeps the cold out of the building. That's the only bit of it that's kind of functional at the moment. Coming back to item heat source number 2 there, the second heat pump. That's for the hot water, and it acts as a backup to the heating. That's also not functional at all, and hasn't been functional for some time. Well, since before summer 2018, or well before that, but we've only knowledge of it being not working since the summer. There was no on-site knowledge whatsoever of this machine, or how it works, or how it's wired up, or how it's plumbed. So we had to diagnose the problem from first principles, and we have done that and diagnosed what's wrong with it, which is a major step to fixing it. And there is a part required which has to come from Germany, and we have just in the last 48 hours asked for Dimplex, the manufacturer, to get us price and lead time on that part, and it's in process. That's not likely to be fixed for at least a week or more from today, the 23rd, by the time we get the part and the expertise to change it and put it in. So that's the hot water heat pump, the second heat pump. So just to put numbers on those there in terms of size, each one of them is 60 and 60, and the backup is only 9 and 4.5. So that's what we're stuck with. Now the real problem is the hot water, because we're keeping the cold out of the building with the 9 kilowatts running constantly, but the 4.5 kilowatt backup for the hot water is not fit for purpose. It is too small. Furthermore, it's been installed poorly in that it's in there, so if you wanted to change it, it has to pull out of the tank, and it can't, because that wall is there. So if you wanted to replace it with one that's big enough, you cannot do it without taking apart all of that tank, which is 2 man days worth of work, just instead of what should be a few hours work. So these are the type of problems we're dealing with. We're dealing with poor design work, poor installation, and lack of maintenance. So that's the hot water backup immersion. So the only quick fix available to us is to put the 2 backup immersions going, which is 9 and 5, 14 kilowatts essentially, just under 14 kilowatts, instead of the 120 kilowatts that would normally be available if the 2 machines were working and they'd been maintained down the years. We would have at least one of them going now, and if it took another week or 2 to fix the others, it would be no big deal. So that's the situation we're in. With regard to understanding the problem. One possible quick fix is to add an external heater, which would cost about €500 or so, there or thereabouts, to the hot water cylinder, which would get us by quickly, and between Mike and the resources that are readily available, we could possibly do that in the next few days from now. Medium term then, after getting these things going, it should look at putting in a gas boiler as backup in case this ever occurs again.